Channeler Imari.
Sent out a Haunter again. They've got 3 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Here.
You think they're 3 Haunters?
Could be. Or 2 Haunters and a Gengar. I'm gonna helping hand.
Why would you do that? You have their elemental weakness.
Do a pedal dance.
Shit.
Never mind. Venusaur, get better.
Sucker punch, but it failed. You can't punch Oldest face.
It's not very effective. Okay.
I am plant type. I feel like there was an obvious answer for fighting the ghosts.
To burn it?
Why are you like this?
Well, one, I still have some CP available on that move for Sabrina.
We can always go back.
No.
And then re-walk through the entire dungeon again.
Nah. Not doing these teleporters again.
Fun? Aren't these fun?
These are fun.
Don't we have PP items?
Yeah, probably.
That we never use, so we have tons of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fine.
We have a handful of ethers.
We're also going to need to heal this guy because he's dying.
Yeah, that's questionable.
He's being haunted to the grave.
Go ahead. Use a potion. Or a super potion, because that makes more sense.
What about a smaller potion, though?
It's only going to give you 20 HP. You did it.
Yay.
You got 20. It's thrilled to bits.
He's thrilled to bits. Heavens to Betsy. That was one fine sarsaparilla. I'm just thrilled to bits.
Oh, no. Just 3 Haunters.
Is it really? I was joking.
I'm gonna burn
Is
it.
3 Hunters more or less disappointing than 2 Hunters? Because on one hand, it's more Pokemon. On the other hand, it's 3 Hunters. I don't have an answer, really. Do items always go first?
Yeah.
Ah.
Which is BS.
Thrilled to bits. I was so not ready for that description.
He's burned.
Is it BS because the gym leaders use them? And
Yeah.
The Elite Four?
If you get a Pokemon into the red zone, they'll basically just here. It's full healed. Your helping hand.
You boys got to take them out with a strong hit, or else. Did you helping hand
Yes.
me doing my last attack?
Yes. You needed the assistance.
Is this like when you're trying to get me to have kills in Overwatch?
Yes. I don't know if you noticed, a lot of those games where we were just absolutely destroying them, I was getting gold damage done as Moira.
Well, Moira's really good.
Moira is so broken. I don't understand how she hasn't been nerfed into the ground at this point, but
She seems exceptionally powerful while also being a very powerful healer.
yes, she's very versatile, has extremely high survivability. Another trainer.
Yeah.
Extremely high survivability because of her, like,
Her dash.
yeah.
And her just douchey orbs where she finds a nice tight hallway and makes them bounce in place for a long time.
The real
great.
challenge to Moira is finding angles to assist your team with the healing orb to get like maximum coverage.
The hardest thing about her in general is making either version of the orb most effective, so that doesn't just end up
Flying into the air.
flying away unconsumed. Yeah. Still, sometimes I will just point it vaguely at the bad guys. What did you do?
Baddie bad.
So I will just straight up point it at the enemy front line in a straight line sometimes, and just fire it off on cooldown, because you'll just get surprise kills.
Yep.
Because a bunch of people will just have it in their like up in their face. They're not ready for it. And there's just the whole issue of like, it's a weird passive damage source, so people don't pay enough attention to it sometimes, and then it just kills them.
Yeah, it gets a lot of work done.
Because it's an AoE that targets everybody in an area.
Yep. And it will chase you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run in a straight line with the orb behind me. This can't possibly go poorly. Oh, it survived the hit. Okay, you gotta go.
The Prometheus school of running away from things.
Yeah, we should play some more Overwatch sometime. I have not been playing any of it except with your group. And
This is a fun game.
yeah.
Yeah. I still remember that time it almost won Patreon, and that would have been a weird month.
How many trainers are in this gym?
I don't know. Probably one on top of every building.
Well, I think we're trying to get on top of that building in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is like an unusually high number.
Oh yeah, for a gym. They usually have like 4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Admittedly, they're expecting more of us now because we've been through so much up until now.
Batty bad.
Now they're for real.
They're for real
Yeah.
and they're batty bad.
This game structure is not how I would think it would be at all.
No.
I already said it was weird that we beat Giovanni before we even got our 4th gym badge, but then we did it again. Like, we only have 3 out of 8 gyms, but we've beaten Giovanni, leader of Team Rocket, twice already.
Twice, yeah.
And I'm like, huh? And we have the Master Ball already.
Yeah.
Like, if you tried to do the 3-act structure, like Shakespearean, like pyramid of like rising and falling action, but for this game, it's just a fucking mess. None of it fits.
Arg.
I have no idea what the pacing or momentum is to this thing or where the narrative's going. Like, it feels like narratively, it feels like we're about to fight the Elite Four, but we actually are about to do the more than half of the game. Or at least more than half of the badges. Did they start falling like dominoes or something?
The rest of the badges?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is this like a weird padded middle part before suddenly there's tons of badges?
Yeah, sorta. There's a lot of meat in this Saffron City part of the game that feels like it goes on a long time. And it has gone on a long time.
Like the water temple of Pokemon.
Okay. Which one did I not do?
That was one of those things that was like overhyped to me.
Is the water temple?
Yeah, I heard for so long about like what a travesty and the disaster the water temple is to navigate. And then I got there and I'm like, this is fine.
This is not that bad.
I'm really confused by the reputation this place has. You don't hear that about like Silphco. that's not the go-to bad dungeon place. It's the water temple from Zelda, which is a really standard dungeon.
What am I missing? Was this whole platform
Yeah, I don't know.
optional?
You fucked it up. You lost it. You lost the thread.
Well, you haven't been paying any attention.
No, I have no help. I assume we keep going up, so probably one of the teleporters.
I think I've hit all of them now.
Do we need to write them all down and cross them out one by one?
Oh god. We'd have to go find paper and pencil.
We can physically
we
map
go.
this place. I believe in us. Oh, look at all this crowd. They're like,
We've got an audience.
I bet they all had fun watching us not get up here.
Yeah. They're like, those idiots can't. What the hell is wrong with that guy?
The Beetleborg.
Yeah.
What is that guy? He's so happy though.
He is. He's very pleased by this.
Yeah. Also, there's the same. The secretary from Powerpuff Girls is in the audience like 4 times.
Are you coming? You just gonna
Teleport me out.
Here, I'm gonna take your spot. I'm the center of the arena. That's a neat camera angle.
With the power of 3D.
So you've come. I had a vision of your arrival.
How'd you get your hair to do that?
She has psychic powers. Of course she can make her hair do that.
Psychic style.
I've had psychic powers since I was a child. I started when I carelessly threw a spoon aside, and it bent itself into an unnatural shape.
You mean you threw something and it broke? That's just normal trauma force.
I dislike battling, but if you wish to, then I will show you my power. Not your Pokemon's power. We don't want your power.
If you use your psychic powers, that's cheating.
That is cheating.
Do you know what Pokemon battles are?
I'm challenged by Gym Leader Sabrina. I clearly did not challenge her.
Yeah. It's really the only way she can show us her power is like she can throw the Pokeball in a cool way, which is useful for Pokemon Go, and she can keep doing the hair thing,
which got creepier.
Yeah, it looks like it's mad at, like it's going to strike.
Her hair is some kind of snake.
I'm a little concerned.
Oh, God.
Mr. Mime.
The other terrifying Pokemon. I feel like Jessie's got to be really jealous right about now of that hair. Because it's defying gravity literally instead of mostly.
Dang.
It looks like a contact lens. that movie used.
I am.
Harm him. Harm him greatly.
What if he... You know what? I thought of how to make him creepier.
Okay.
6 fingers. He's already 2 human, but he has like frog gloves. 6 fingers per hand.
Yes.
just up it.
This is appropriate.
I would love it if like this game added 6 fingers, and then everyone just was going back to the childhood like, did he always have 6 fingers? I don't know. And everyone's checking, and it's like those like Berenstain Bears moments or whatever, where everyone's trying to figure out.
And this, you go look at the sprites, and there's like not enough pixels. You can't tell.
Yeah, it's like what we had with Pikachu before. We're questioning the history of our knowledge of Pikachu's design, trying to figure out was there always or never a thing on the tail? Ah!
Eevee grew. Good job, Eevee.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do. Looks like I have a little crown.
A little, you do.
Because I'm the king Pokemon.
You're the king of... why?
She's just happy to be here. Honestly, it's less weird if I just imagine it's like part of drag culture. This week on no, they're gone already.
Screw the ice type Pokemon.
Like this week on RuPaul's Drag Race. Did I get the name right? I don't know.
I don't know.
Shit.
Did you hurt yourself? Nope. Okay. Good. Oh no. Oh no.
Kadabra.
Alakazam.
Shit.
Batty bad.
Batty bad.
Hopefully you don't hurt yourself. Oh,
So
it's gonna hurt.
He loses the star?
Apparently. Or is it... Did he lose his tail too?
Yeah. Losing the tail, I remember. But he loses the star on his forehead too. You don't expect evolutions to get less intense in their design.
This is true.
Yeah.
Well, he hit you real hard, but then he fell over.
Losing a tail's weird because that's a limb. Changing lib counts is weird, but there's multiple Pokemon that change head counts, so what do I know? Also, Execute, one of them just has an exposed brain or whatever, so...
Yeah, an exposed yolk.
Yeah, the cracked open eggs are really distressing.
Yeah.
This loss shocks me, but a loss is a loss. Don't
What
forget
is
to
on her fingers?
Don't forget to floss. It's those, like, finger-length rings.
Okay.
Those are a thing. The Skeksis wear them. My favorite villains. Have you seen that movie?
Maybe? Maybe.
The Dark Crystal?
Yeah. Thought that has earned you a marsh badge. Thought that sounded familiar. We did it, Eevee.
Why is it a marsh badge? Is there a correlation with psychics in the marsh, like Louisiana or something?
I don't know. Raises the level of Pokemon that will obey you to level 50. And wait, please take this TM Calm Mind. That's not psychic. You should have given me psychic.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Like teleport. Why don't you give us teleport, Sabrina? We'd like to fast travel now.
Boost both special attack and special defense. Psychic power isn't something that only a few people have. Everyone has it. People just don't realize it.
Oh wait, teleport would not be a TM, huh? Because you'd actually use it outside of combat.
Yeah. Yeah, teleport can get you out of a dungeon. I think it's a TM.
Oh, does it only get you out of a dungeon?
Yeah.
I thought it would get you from. I thought you'd be able to pick a town.
No, that's
That'd be
fly.
great. Oh, so that is a mechanic. Okay. It's been a while. Last Pokemon I played was Silver.
Finally taking the teleporter you wanted. Goes
Despite expectations, I am not only a
to the entrance.
Despite expectations, I'm not just a general Generation 1 player. I played Yellow and Silver.
yellow. Yeah, Yellow's Generation 1.5.
Yeah. Well, it was just a remixed version of Red and Blue.
Yeah. Hello?
technically I've never played the original at all. I've never played either version of Red or Blue before.
Dang.
But Yellow is definitely just a version of Red or Blue.
I think I probably still have Red and Blue in my closet somewhere.
Pokemon Yellow was my first handheld game.
Police hat.
It was my first handheld game and maybe my first thing in the the RPG like umbrella. I pretty much went from like Pokemon Yellow to like Golden Sun to like Diablo, and then I discovered real RPGs.
Yeah.
And
you're like, wait, games get better than this?
Yeah, I think my first real RPG ever was KOTOR. And I was like, what is this world? And so then I had to play every BioWare game as they came out until they broke my trust 2 years ago. the day that BioWare fell. Even though it wasn't BioWare, because they just call 7 companies BioWare. Did you hear about that when they took the company that makes Command and Conquer and renamed it BioWare?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because at one point EA, probably because it was just marketable, they named like 4 of their companies BioWare. I think they're all gone now, except the original now. Because they all went under. Because like those people made Command and Conquer like Generals or whatever or something, whatever the worst recent one was, and then they went under.
The ones that ruined the franchise.
And the ones that made the BioWare that made Andromeda that wasn't the real BioWare is now also gone. And I wouldn't be surprised if they lived a little longer if they would have renamed the makers of SimCity BioWare. But they went under before that, I think.
Yeah, they would stick to calling it Maxis, I'm sure.
It was BioWare Maxis.
BioWare Maxis.
That's just a thing they did for some reason. It was really frustrating, especially if you... It was frustrating if you cared about what a real BioWare game was because of, you know, wanting to actually play their games as opposed to a bunch of unrelated people that are being published by the same company.
Yeah.
But that's not even true anymore anyway, because all the people that mattered at BioWare left like a decade ago. So really there is no BioWare. It doesn't exist.
It's dead. EA has killed all that is good.
Yeah. Actually, I retweeted something today because it was somebody saying like companies should just be legally required to like put like quotes around their name once a certain percentage of their core talent has left. so it goes from being BioWare to BioWare.
Yeah, you're totally gonna get people to go for this. This makes sense.
Well, it's just like when it's like by the time you get to the version of Rareware that's making like Viva Pinata and like Connect Sports and stuff like that, it's like, well, I mean, it's not really Rare though anymore.
No,
those are not the people that made Banjo-Kazooie. It's just the building, maybe, but they might have moved building too. So it's like every video game company is like this giant like Ship of Theseus situation, where it's like there's a thing that's still called the Thing, but is it the Thing?
Is it the Thing?
They'll sell it as being the Thing. Yeah, they'll sell the products as if it's the Thing, but.
What about Blizzard? Is Blizzard still the Thing?
I don't know anything about the Blizzard behind the scenes, really.
Go.
There's an argument to be made about the way that Ship of Theseus is related to biology and how people could just completely change as people over time. That you could argue that no one's still the same thing after enough time passes. Because of the number of cells that change? Not even just that, but just like the observable personality drift.
That's true. Like
the idea of Steven Spielberg going back to make Indiana Jones so many years later, and being like, but are you Indiana? Are you still the same person anymore?
Damn, Abra, you a dick. Look, the first thing we try to catch, it's gone.
Yep,
ran away.
Well, we haven't tried. It's hard to throw Pokeballs. It's been forever. Oh, he's so into that bush.
Right, it's the same damn bush.
Yeah. Listen, he just wants to help. Venusaur loves us. Yay. You plan on going?
Did we already do the
I think we've been here before.
Well, I know we've been to this spot before.
Oh, I didn't see that Peachy.
It really wanted us. Nah.
Woo. That looked like it wasn't going to make it, but it really made it.
It really made it, but it didn't excellent.
Oh, it didn't excellent?
No.
Oh, so it already reset then?
Yep.
Ah, we were late.
You caught a Pidgey.
Like, there was an interesting point that was made by the Plinkett review of Crystal Skull. Was the idea like instead of being this like this young rebellious director that made the original ones. He's like, Steven Spielberg is like, he's like 50 or 60 or 70, and he's a dad or a granddad now, and he has kids and so on. And so then you look at like, they just counted how many people get killed in each Indiana Jones movie, and it's like dozens and dozens and dozens of horrible deaths in the original movies, and I think his count for how many people die in Crystal Skull was 2 question mark. Like, there's the part where he blows the poison dart back through the tube into the guy's mouth, and maybe that killed him. Is like the closest you get to maybe someone died in that movie, basically. It's like it shows how like somebody can change so much over time that like they're even if they go back to make the thing that's just a sequel to their own thing, maybe they can't.
I'm trying to figure out what our badges are. Where is my badge display in this game?
The pause menu or the save menu?
Well, no, that told us which ones it told us how many we have.
Oh wow, we have number 6 already. Is that normal? Is that normal that we skipped to number 6?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why I was heading for Celadon, is I think that we actually want to go to Celadon.
I believe in you. You can do it. Poliwhirl. Why is he so swole?
It's just swole. You just got to deal with it.
That is like the most buff Pokemon I've seen before. Oh, there's Gloom.
Do you like the flowers?
Gloom, the misunderstood Pokemon. It's not a phase dad Pokemon.
I just tried to talk to you. It didn't work.
Oh. You tried to talk to me?
Yeah. I didn't even phase me.
Didn't even question it for a second.
No.
But yeah, like I actually just did a whole Patreon Q&A about like death of the author and questions about like intent and so on. And I was just dwelling for a while about like the idea of somebody going back to add on to a thing they made decades ago. In particular, Margaret Atwood is making a sequel to The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
Which is weird. Yeah, we got a loud jet overhead right now.
But we want this airflow. Let's just let that go ahead and pass there.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm not going to remember that.
That's fine.
They also might not be able to hear it.
That's possible.
I'm surprised at times by what catches on these and what doesn't.
See, here's the gym.
Like I just read Handmaid's Tale because of the show and everything, and then I watched the show, which like it's like a double dose of that weird feeling, because the show has like season 1 is based on the book, then season 2 is a sequel to the book, because season 2 continues after the end of the book, but now she's making a second book, and so
will they conform?
So there's so many layers of confusion about like authorial intent and so on. It's just weird.
She just wants to pet the Eevee. She's petting the Eevee.
I just want to bury my face in its belly. It smells good too. I love it. She just turned away. Like
seeing how you brought a cute Pokemon and all.
They didn't animate her having the Eevee at all.
No, and the Eevee was still in my head the whole time.
Do you think we missed this Pokemon gym somehow?
Yeah, possible.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be? Did they tell us the level requirement? Was it lower?
She just said that we needed to bring a cute Pokemon.
Oh. Well, then we win by default.
Yeah.
What level are they gonna be? Last K. It's gonna be like level 18.
Yeah. Definitely not a Gloom yet. Venusaur. Did you see that my
28? Oh no, we did miss one. Wait. Oh, you could have shooken it.
I'm still gonna
get the stupid super attack.
Eevee's got a police hat. I don't know
what's it gonna do? Something overpowered. Yeah, that's great.
VV volley.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Eevee. You're too rough.
I don't see any excessive force at all.
No.
Our matching uniforms are still distressing, kind of. Oh, do we need to cut these?
I don't need a pop-up every time for cut.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my goodness. I don't think this goes anywhere.
It's part of how Nintendo designs games, which some people get very distressed at.
They should.
I got a kick out of specifically Joseph Anderson went way too far with it, in that in both Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, he took like the most repeated animation and timed out how long it would take to see all of the times it happens over the course of a playthrough to just calculate your time lost.
Yep.
Which, like, he calculates, like, you lose an entire hour of Mario Odyssey just to watching the little animation of you getting a star each time.
Of like,
yeah, which I'm like, but I like that.
It's
That's
fun. You feel an accomplishment when you do that.
Like, I'm like, I get you, like, as a general concept, the idea, like, there's certain moments where it's like, but like the victory star screen in a Mario game, come on, man.
That's a must.
And people, I could tell which people saw that video because they were quoting it at me. They're all like, "You lose a whole hour to the stars thing," and I'm like, "All right, so I also saw that video. Thanks."
I also saw that, and I don't care because I enjoy this. However, I don't like how much animation time you spend going on top of like every tower in Breath of the Wild, because you go up there and you click your little thing into the pedestal, and now you gotta wait for this huge long load, and then he does his floating in the air thing or whatever. It's excessive.
Are you talking about when you get each zone revealed, or when you go into a shrine?
When you get each zone revealed. Also, the shrine time is something, but
the shrine, I started to get tired of the loading time, followed by the elevator time, followed by the monk time, and so on.
And you get to repeat that elevator time if you have to redo.
But with the towers, like, whenever I got to a new tower, the last one was like 4 or 5 hours ago. Like, I was exhausting the map. I was so busy. So whenever it was time for a new tower to reveal, it's like, yeah, here it comes. We're gonna do this again. But I also did like 150 episodes on that game. That's one of the longest playthroughs I've ever done, and it was for a game that wasn't inherently long.
Like, it wasn't inherently long if all you do is the main quest.
Yeah, or if you don't or if you even just kind of wander towards objectives instead of running at every little detail you find. I was like, I need to get every Korok that I see a hint of.
Oh my goodness.
I started getting Korok like radar, which is really helpful for Odyssey because it's the same design philosophy hiding all the moons.
Oh, you disappeared.
Oh, did I?
You shook yourself out of existence.
Oh no! I shook a little too hard and I stopped existing. That's distressing. That's existential. Oh no, I dropped the controller trying to shake it. Weepin' Bell. Oh shit.
You know what, Weepin' Bell? Just for existing, you're gonna burn.
Weepin' Bell, the fleshlight Pokemon.
Weepin' Bell is another example of lost limbs. It stops being a plant attached to the ground.
It just starts floating?
Floating with the bell facing downward?
Which is not how that... I don't think that's how that Pokemon works. Pretty sure it's like an acid bucket.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of has to be a bucket.
If it's not a bucket, then what's the point?
If they fall over, they lose all their precious juices, and then they basically just die, I assume.
Probably.
No, you're being risky.
What, chopping both?
Yeah.
I just want to run down here because I imagine there's an item.
Well, it's just my my pattern is always to only cut down the ones I'm about to go down, because then I can remember which ones I haven't gone yet.
There's not enough complexity in this place for that to matter.
Yeah, but you know.
Hi.
Hi, special camera angle for the gym leader. What's your hobby? Yes, let's Pokemon battle. Wow, you're a Pokemon trainer too?
You're
crazy we'd meet
trainer?
up here in the back of the gym. I could have never guessed I'd run into a Pokemon trainer here.
No. It would never happen. Never happen. Welcome back, Venusaur. You were missed. I needed your assistance fighting all these level 29s.
Do you think Gloom listens to Cure? One that makes me scream seasick. Oh, she didn't like that.
No, she was very angry.
Yeah, I thought she was happy to have a Pokemon battle.
Turns out she just wanted to win.
I guess she didn't like getting double teamed by two Pokemon twice their level and then getting one shot. It probably didn't Sell the moment for them.
Better not underestimate the nice ladies here. They're so nice.
This will be exciting. We're gonna get so many rapid fire Pokemon gym battle badges because we missed them.
Because
apparently.
we missed this. It's fine.
I know you can do it. Do we have the flute yet, or did we already move Snorlax?
Yeah. Yeah.
Already happened. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
We do have the flute. I think we had to move a Snorlax. No, we had a water bottle to get into that city.
Oh right, because we gave everyone tea.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I'll share this tea with everyone." I'm like, "Okay."
You're gonna go run to the other guard posts and share your tea.
What a bizarre explanation.
A Tangela.
It just goes with the idea of, oh, that's a weird one.
Here, I'm gonna you take that. I don't want to touch it.
You don't want to touch it.
No.
You don't want to get tangled
No.
up. You don't want to get tangled up in blue.
No.
I'm proud of that one. I am proud of that reference.
Oh.
That was a missile. That was excessive. Hey, you trying to use plant attacks on this Angela?
Yeah, it is.
That wasn't a very good idea.
I feel like it should have just used that on Eevee.
Yeah. He's got little Sonic the Hedgehog shoes on. He just rolls back. Oh, beaten. Hello.
Hello,
I'm here.
welcome back. Stop. This is the police.
Stop, you have violated
This is
the
the
law.
police.